Welcome back to Bombadil Tree Farm.
An American Tree Farm System certified family forest since 1978, and the proud recipient of Maine's Outstanding Tree Farmer of the Year Award for 2022. We ended Chapter 8 of this series impressed with the growth our seedlings had put on after completing their third growing season in the ground. In this Chapter 9 video, we will return to take a look at how well they are doing after having had one more season to grow. In the 2-acre block that we call the Lone Pine Stand, its boundary outlined in gold, the seedlings continued to put on amazing growth, with several now approaching 2 meters in height. In fact, I should now be referring to them as saplings instead of seedlings. This video clip was taken last year in 2023, and this photo taken 1 year later in September 2024 of the same tree, now 46 inches tall. 46 inches is 117 centimeters. This is another tree that last autumn measured 36 inches or 91 centimeters, and here is the same tree 1 year later in September 2024, now 61 inches or 155 centimeters tall. During the summer it had grown 25 inches or 64 centimeters. Seedlings planted in the herbicide untreated 2-acre block, outlined in gray, continued their impressive growth despite continued expansion of mostly herbaceous weeds. Kathy is holding a tape measure next to a representative sample. In the Chapter 8 video of this series, I had expressed my confidence that our seedlings, now saplings, had already outpaced the weedy competition and would win the race without any further herbicide application. Upon first glance, many would insist that this site requires a prompt herbicide application to release our young trees from such dense, weedy competition. Once again, I invoke the motto of Maine's Board of Pesticides Control: think first, spray last. And the first step in thinking is to take a look at the condition of our young trees and not become obsessed with the weeds. Norway spruce are very shade tolerant, and after spreading back the enveloping weeds, the health and vigor of our young trees is obvious, with even the lowest limbs alive and healthy. Many have already stuck their heads above the weed cover, and most, like this sapling, will do so within the next year or two. There is even the possibility that our young trees benefit from the shade cast by the enveloping weeds. None have yet shown evidence of white pine weevil attack, and thanks might possibly go to the weed envelope. Our reforestation sites are very dynamic places. Last year, as I was walking down a trail inspecting a site that I planned to plant the following day, I chanced across this hen turkey with her brood of freshly hatched chicks. By the time I could get my camera out, all the chicks, except for this young guy, had fled into the bushes. Less than 100 meters away, I came across this nest full of hatched eggs the following day as I was planting trees. The hen had obviously chosen her nesting site wisely, successfully hatched her eggs, and then taken her brood into nearby low cover where they could eat bugs and grow. Chapter 2 in this video series covered the establishment of access trails in our recently completed clear cuts, and this video clip is from that Chapter 2 video. 5 months ago, a viewer submitted a comment wanting to see what the trails looked like 4 years later. I shot this picture last month on September 23rd, 2024. At exactly the same location as the video clip you just saw. Trees have grown up on both sides of the trail, and I need to keep the trails mowed to control the vigorous growth of grass and forbs. As noted before, I plan to continue posting on YouTube brief yearly updates on the progress of our new forest, and hope to live long enough to one day post an update showing me standing beneath their graceful branches. I was a young man of 26 when I planted the Norway spruce that you see here. I am now 72 and dream that one day in the not-so-distant future, someone other than myself will have the pleasure of gazing up into the high canopy formed by the then grown-up hopeful saplings you have seen in this video. Until next time, Kathy and I bid you a fond farewell from Bombadil Tree Farm, where every day is Earth Day.